This is Iron Trader. It is Thursday morning. Okay, so as usual, we're going to take a look here at crude oil and natural gas. But first of all, we're going to take a look at the seasonality charts on crude oil and natural gas to see where we are here in this time frame. A couple notes here that we want to make sure that we stay in tune with here is at 10:30 the EIA report for natural gas will be, and then at 8:30 this morning is going to be the PPI report, producer price index. Okay, and that's going to measure the inflation on what the actual producers are having. Like we had the CPI report yesterday, and the market just rallied. So you want to pay attention to that PPI at 8:30 today. And then also that EIA report on natural gas has been a good market mover where you can make some quick money right around the 10:30 mark. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have a seasonality chart here of the old crude oil. Now, you can go to equityclock.com and you can get seasonality on anything that you want. It makes it life very easy. Or you can go right on my playlist right here on my channel, and I have everything right there for on Equity Clock. I have a seasonality charts pretty much for everything. And then also I have how to trade candlesticks, how to chart patterns, so you can just check it out at your convenience. Okay, now you can see here with the time frame that we're in here is December. So this is what I was saying, like a buying opportunity where you could buy this here, and then it runs right up here until January. See where we have this little pop all the way up to the first couple days of January. Then we have this sideways action here all the way till February. Now February is where I really take the long position in crude oil, and I take it in the big oil companies. If I use the ETF XLE, and I buy the gasoline ETF UGA, and then I just run it right on in here until we get to about the hurricane season, which ends up here right around the September area. Okay. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out. But again, this is usually a buying opportunity here until the first couple of days of January. Now, this chart is over a 20-year time frame, so we got to see if it plays out again. Okay, let's take a look here now at the natural gas seasonality. Okay, here we have the old natural gas seasonality. Now, you can see it's just the opposite of what the crude is. Okay, so you run right up into the December area, and then this is like a sell-off, so you can sell your position, or you can go like a shorty all the way in here until we get down all the way down to about February. Then in March, you want to buy this up here, because then what we're going to do is we're going to go, all the power plants get fired up for all the air conditioners. If you have a real hot summer, natural gas can rise up here pretty nicely, okay? But again, right now it's kind of a selling point. So if you look at the futures contract, right now we're in the January contract, where you start looking at February and March and April, they keep getting lower every month here until we get to about April. Then they start rallying up here again, okay? So always want to pay attention to that. But right now, this is like a selling, like a shorting opportunity. We'll have to see how it all plays out. Now, this year might be just a little bit different because we've got a new president coming here in the United States, and he wants to focus more like on getting this LNG going. That's number one thing. And he also wants to get all those pipelines up there and working. So this might be a little bit different, but this gives you a good reference here over 20 years what actually happens. Okay, let's take a look at the charts now for crude oil and natural gas. Okay, here we have crude oil daily chart, natural gas daily chart. Now you can see here what we're really focusing on here is this 50 SMA. Okay, so this is going to be very, very key. You're looking at 70.34. It needs to hold this on a closing basis. Okay, so again, if that is lost, we'll just look to today's low situation, which we have 70.12. Then we'll come over the top of this candle here. You're looking at 69.69. And then we'll come right up to the top of this candle here at 69.06. And then we start running into your 68.91. That is your 21-day and your 8-day, which is the very, very key support. But you can see how it's rounding up here. But it rounded up here also too, and then it came right on down here. So you can't really trust this here as of right now. But what we have here is a nice series of higher highs and higher lows, and we got to see how this shakes out. But we're hanging right around that 50. That's going to be very, very key. Now on the upside, what we want to watch is obviously is today's high. You're looking at 70, 72 level here, okay? So again, if we can get above that, then here's your target is going to be this 71.51. That's going to be your price channel, which is basically just the top of this candle. And then if we keep right on rising, we're going to come right up to this 100-day at 71.68. And then we can just start taking all these candles that are going right on up here. So what do we have here? You got 72.25. You got 72.63, and then there's your big retest there at 72.88 level, okay? But again, you have to get through that price channel, and you have to get through that 100 SMA here. Right now, we still have a downtrending market. Even though we have a little pop-up here, we're still in a downtrending situation here on the crude. Now, on the downside here, you want to watch that 50-day, 70.34, very, very key. Then we watch that today's low here level, okay? So just watch that. That falls down. this is going to be your big target is that 68.69 hit level. So right now, this 50-day is going to be everything. Okay, RSI isn't really telling much, 54. That's right across your green now is over your red, but we're kind of like a flat line going on here. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out here. So what I'll be looking for is watching this 50-day. We start losing that 50-day, then it might be a nice good short here all the way down to the 68.81. If we can keep right on rising, it might be a nice long here to your 71.51 level, and then we can see if we can get all the way up to that 71.68. Okay, now natty gas here, you can see how nicely it's been holding this 21-day, like I've been pointing out. Even though we're coming down, we've got to look at where is it closing. Okay, now this was the key level right here because it went all the way down, it was sticky here, and then they closed right above the 21-day and the 8-day, and then yesterday we had a nice green candle. Now today we have a higher high, but we have like an indecision candle going. So what we want to do for upside is we want to look to yesterday's high, that's the 3.40. We want to look to today's high, 3.42, and then we're going to come right up here. That's your next target is 3.47. Then your next resistance is 3.52, and then there's the big boy, 3.56. That's going to be your big target and breakout. Okay. Now, if you get above that, you're going to go to that 385. That's a 200-day on your weekly chart. Okay, so remember 385 if you break out of this 3.56 level. Now, downside here, we just look at today's low. 3.33 level, okay, which basically when you look at the top of this 3.32, that's where your support level is. That's what we're holding, okay. Now, again, if that's lost, we're going to come to the top of this candle at 3.27, and then we'll come down here to the top of here, you're looking at 3.19, and then we're going to have this 8-day at 3.17, and we have your 21-day at 3.15 level. But now you can see where the 8-day is curling back up, and they're both up here on the upslide here, okay? So everything is rising up, bottom left, upper right. This is looking very, very good. We got to see if we can do a continuation all the way up there at 3.56. So watch that EI report at 10:30. We can make a little, maybe take a little scalp ski, either long or short. We go up to that 3.56, or we could come down here to this 3.17. Okay, RSI, plenty of room to run upside or down. Your green is trying to cross over your red here, and it's trying to look pretty bullish. If it does get bullish, then this is what happens once we keep staying above that 8 simple moving average. Okay, I'll be back here midday trading. We'll take a look at crude, natural gas, and then we'll throw something else in your mix. Remember that PPI report today at 8:30. Okay, thanks for watching.